Hi everyone, welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos, and if you find yourself inspired, join my channel. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. Hi everyone. Today I'd like to talk to you about doing things for others. As you guys know, I have a craft class that I teach here in my town, and a group of us, we get together and we do a lot of charity crafting to give to others for lots of different causes. Well, a while back, we adopted a wing of an extended care facility, and we decided that we wanted to give blankets to them and we wanted to make them. Well, long story short, things occurred and we were not able to deliver those blankets. I may have shown you a few of them before, but right now I'm going to show you again some of the ones I showed before and some newer ones that I have made that I have not shown you. So let's take a look at a few Lapkins, some of which I have gotten some help from the group. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, so the photo that you see here is a basic granny square blanket. And what we did was we made rectangles, and then I used a single color to combine the rectangles together. And I really do think that that came out really, really beautifully. So here is the actual blanket. And as you can see here, it really turned out beautiful with the tan color. I really like the way it worked up. So all of these were donated rectangles, and all I needed to do was basically just put them together. So I began going around the edges of each rectangle, and then I joined as I went each one. Okay, so that's blanket number one. Okay, so let's take a look at blanket number two. Okay, guys, so blanket number two, different color. I wanted to make each one a little different, and here it is here. Okay, so this one, I decided to go with like an off-white color, and I also really like the way it came out. And I just basically looked at the squares to see what the squares were telling me, and then chose my other colors. Now I did have some green here, so I kind of went with greens and then purples and then blues in this one. And I love the way this one came out also. Okay, guys, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so this next one is a Lapkin, and this is a Line Brand pattern. I did not use the colors that were recommended in the pattern because I really wanted kind of a throwback vibe, as some of the people in the extended care facility are older and they might really like the color combinations. So I chose a throwback vibe. All right, here it is. And here it is in person. So I really love the richness of the colors in this blanket. And I do love the way it worked up, okay? And just beautiful, and I hope that they enjoy it. Okay, so this next one is a solid one. And again, I want variety. So this one was one actually that was recommended by Judy over at Crochet Every Day with Judy. And I was just looking for something that would maybe be a solid color that would be gender neutral and still look really, really, classic. And here we go here. Okay, so let's see it in real time. Okay, so this is the blanket. I really do like the way this came out. I love the simplicity of the stitches. And I did a triple picot border on it, and I love it. I love the way this blanket turned out, and I think the recipient will love it as well. Okay, guys, now this is the last one. And because I know that there are a lot of people in the places and they're there for different reasons, the range of their abilities and mobility is just different. So their abilities are just all of the things that they're able to do. And mobility has to do with whether they can get up and move around, or whether they're wheelchair bound, or what have you. And I thought about some of the people there who may be suffering from dementia of different ranges. So I decided that I wanted to do a sensory blanket, or a fidget blanket. And if you haven't ever heard of a fidget blanket or a fidget toy, it's really something that is made to help keep your hands busy. Okay. It can help to prevent you from perhaps rubbing or tugging on your skin that could cause sores, or um, fabric where it could maybe eventually make holes in the fabric, or just different things like that. Something to keep your hands occupied. So this is a pattern that I found online, and it was from Loopingly Made. And I really do like the way this turned out. Now, my blanket is not exactly the way they had it done on the pattern. I wanted to add a few extra features to mine. And sure, when you're making something, you can start with the idea that the other person had and then just make it your own. So that's what I did. Okay, so let's take a look at the photo here. And now let's take a look at the actual blanket. Okay, so this blanket can go either upside down or right side up. It really, honestly, does not matter. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is the top. All right, and as you see here, these are bobble stitches, and you can just pull on them and you can count them, and nice sensory stimulation here with this design. Okay, and you can look, you can count them, you know, and this one is more solid and this area is more open. So very nice square here. Now this next square here is like a fidget toy. So this can be used on here like this, but as you see here, I made a heart, and you can actually take it off if you want to. You can pull it off, and then you can just take this and just keep pulling from it. So it's a sensory toy that you can just keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling, and then it has these little extra pieces here that you can kind of pull on as well. And then it easily gets secured by the middle where you're pulling from. You just put the heart back on it and it goes back on. Okay, so that's another square. Okay, so then the next thing I have on here is a set of beads, and these are crocheted on here. So as you are making it, you make the loops and you pull the beads on so that they won't come off. And I really do like the way they are. I just kind of randomly put different colors, and they're in different positions, just something that you can keep your hands. And these are wooden beads. Okay, and then this one. So I decided I wanted to put a shoe on here, and you can tie and untie it. Okay, and it does have the front part that you can move it around, you know, and yeah, you could just practice tying shoe. Now, the last two areas are this. I found these really beautiful novelty buttons, and you can button and unbutton the buttons using the loops. Okay, very easy to do. You can just button and unbutton till your heart is content. All right, so now the next thing is here. Just if you want something to pull on, then you have something to pull on. So these are just little small fringes. So beautiful, beautiful blanket. I really do like it. This is the first half, and this is the second half. Okay. So yes, a fidget or sensory blanket. This can be used not only for people with Alzheimer's, but this can be used for little ones as well as a sensory activity. So, change it up. Think of other things that you would maybe like to have in the squares. This is a set of 6 squares total, but you can make these as small or as large as you want. And yeah, I hope it inspires. All right, guys. So, yes, I'm always trying to brainstorm and figure out what types of things that I can do that will inspire and uh, be a help to someone. And this is just one thing that we really have been waiting such a long time to be able to go ahead and deliver these. And now is the time we're going to be able to deliver them. And I really hope that they will find good homes and get some good use and some love. Okay. So that's all I have for this portion. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the puzzle solution from the last video where I had a puzzle. And this is what I came up with. And this is the puzzle for today. Once again, guys, I thank you so much for watching my videos, for giving me a thumbs up, for leaving a comment. It really, really means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have you ever made a blanket and donated it to a nursing home, an extended care facility, or anything like that? If so, tell me of your experience. Where do you go to find patterns? And what color, how do you go about choosing colors for your blankets? And have you ever done a fidget or a sensory blanket? I'd really love to know what you included in yours if you did. That's all I have for today. Please, everyone, don't forget to be mindful. Please do everything you can to be at your best health. And by all means, guys, be crafty every day. I look forward to seeing you again very soon in my next video. Bye-bye now.